Last spring, every Villanova basketball fan shared a collective gasp when star player Justin Moore suffered a torn Achilles on the court. Justin looked to make a move towards the basket before suddenly collapsing in pain. While the rest of his team went to the Final Four trophy presentation, Justin went to the locker room for an X-ray and eventually an fMRI scan. With less than 60 seconds left on the clock, a non-contact sports injury took everyone by surprise. What if we could rewind? Go back to the moments just before Justin's Achilles gave out. His head may have been racing, his heart pounding, his body may have been overwhelmed and debilitated. Overall, Justin could have been showing signs of risking an injury. Could we have predicted it and subbed him out in time? The aim of my research is to detect and monitor the cognitive state and performance metrics of student athletes, like Justin. Like a detective at a crime scene, I collect evidence about each player to determine when they're at their best and when they're at their worst. Specifically, everybody's body is constantly producing physiological signals that give indications about our health, like our heart rate, blood pressure, or skin conductance. And we can measure these signals using biomedical sensors on the surface of the body. One part of the body of particular interest is the brain. The brain determines how we think, how we feel, and how we make decisions. And in sports, the brain is at a special risk for injuries like concussions. But monitoring the brain is no easy task. Standard methods, like fMRI, require the patient to lay in a bed without moving. If we want to understand athletes in the moments that matter most, when they're on the field, the pitch, or the court, we need a new approach. My research uses a novel neuroimaging technique called functional near-infrared spectroscopy, or fNIRS. fNIRS leverages certain characteristics about light to measure oxygen content in the body. Electromagnetic waves are constantly interacting with us. Depending on the wavelength and the part of the body, they react differently. Some wavelengths are reflected and you see the color of my eyes or skin. Others are much longer and pass through us doing no harm. There is a certain range that when touched by the body are absorbed and scattered. fNIRS leverages this phenomenon. We shine near-infrared light at the body and measure how much light comes back. This change in light absorption allows us to determine the oxygen content in the tissue, such as the brain. What sets fNIRS apart is it's still effective when a person is standing, walking, or running. fNIRS allows for neuroimaging on the go. For this reason, it's especially advantageous in athletics. Not only that, an fNIRS sensor is lightweight and portable. It's not far-fetched to imagine it becoming a part of a baseball or football helmet. So, if Justin Moore had a team of researchers monitoring his physiological and cognitive state, could we have predicted and prevented his injury? My research aims to answer this question, better understand sports performance engineering, and hopefully help Villanova take the win. Thank you.